Hey Boulevard Club, welcome to our Sport Passport Challenge for the month of March. My name's Stéphane Cadieux, I'm the Badminton Director at the Boulevard Club. So our workout is going to be sport specific to badminton, but really some elements of training that can be used for all kinds of stuff. We're going to start with a quick warm up. We're going to do a circuit of 3 exercises and we'll do similar circuit to another additional times. We'll do a total of 6 exercises. That'll be our core workout. So 3 consecutive exercises, a small break, and then another 3 consecutive with mobility leading up to that to warm ourselves up. Then we've got a couple sort of functional training, kind of muscular endurance exercise we'll do after that. And we'll finish with a very short cool down, kind of stretching. We don't have a ton of time to do lots of stretching, although there's obviously a tremendous amount of value to that. But the idea with this workout is about 15-20 minutes. During the workout, I'm going to have sort of a did you know kind of question that's going to be sort of our proof that you did this workout. And you can enter this in the link that's you'll be receiving for the answer. Okay, so the country that I'm representing right now is Spain, and I'll tell you a little bit later why I've chosen Spain. Okay, so let's start off with some mobility exercises. Hopefully you've got some shoes on. I know I've done some of these workouts in the past where people were doing it bare feet. Not a good idea to do bare feet because you're going to hurt yourself. We're going to do some very dynamic movement where you're going to want to have probably your racket shoes. If you're a badminton player, obviously your court shoes. If you're a tennis player, you can wear your tennis shoes for sure. And if you're coming from fitness or another area, you can certainly have your fitness shoes. I would avoid running shoes with a really high heel because of the movement we're going to do laterally. So we don't want to have ankle rolls. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, if you're on carpet, just be very careful. This is going to be ideally on a surface like a hardwood floor type surface. Okay, all right, so let's just kind of warm up nice and easy. Again, normally we'd spend probably 5 minutes doing mobility. Here we'll do just a couple minutes. So let's just do some light shuffling, okay, from side to side. We're going to do some exercise later on that involves shuffling. Now for badminton, as you probably already know, and if you don't, the shuffling movement is extremely important. So even though I'm just warming up right now, what you'll notice is my steps are very small. I'm trying not to bounce, especially here because I would smash my head, but let's do it so that it's quick across. Okay, so if I was to give you a profile this way, you're going quick across, you're not going up and down. We're much faster moving this way, quick, 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 and then you can set up the jump. If you're not a jumper, you can set up the lunge or the longer shuffle movement, okay? So quick little shuffle step. You're hovering across water here, not spending much time on the ground. Good. Getting our heart rates up. The whole idea of the mobility kind of warm up is to really get some blood flow. Okay, good, excellent. Let's do some high knees. So we're gonna bring your knees up kind of like this. You can do it on the spot like this. So the treadmill effect, you can travel if you'd like to. Totally up to you. Normally I would turn around. I wanna face the camera, so I'm gonna stay facing this way. You could go backwards, it really doesn't matter. The important thing is that we're trying to get our knees nice and high to get some mobility in our hip flexors. Get ourselves back. Good, okay, so we're gonna do butt kickers next. What we're doing is we're bringing our heel back. You're essentially kicking your butt. And what we're doing now is we're gonna warm up the hamstring area, okay? Here we go. Make sure that you're nice and soft on your landing. You can see I'm breathing a little bit heavier. That means I'm starting to warm up. That may also mean that I need to do more of these workouts. Who knows? Good, last one. Excellent. We're gonna be doing some lunges in a short while, so let's get our lunges warmed up. You may not wanna go all the way down yet, kind of build up to it. And let's add some arm sweeps. So nice controlled lunge, sweep with your hands. You do not have to hit the ground. If you touch the ground, great, but it's not the point. Like this, and then sweep, turn around. Here, lean forward, sweep. All right, getting your back knee slowly with each lunge. You're getting your back knee a little bit lower every time. So maybe I was only here as a starting point and eventually here, and eventually I'm gonna lower my back knee so I'm almost touching the ground. Again, just preparing the body, in this case, preparing your legs for the movement that is up ahead. Very important. It always drives me crazy when I watch people do static stretches, which means you're just holding an arm, for example, before a sport as a warm-up. It's not a warm-up. There is value to stretching, even static stretching, definitely value to that afterwards. When your body you've done your workout, your muscles are warm, then you can gain something out of it. All right, let's get a quick drink of water. So pretty short warm-up. Lots of drinking here. By the way, we'll do an exercises coming up where you may benefit from having your racket, whether that was a badminton racket or a tennis racket, just a stick, a small weight, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, maybe up to 10 pounds, but you really don't need much. And then if you have like a container of detergent, we'll do one exercise where we can use that. Obviously, if you've got dumbbells, use that, but you can use a container, good old Tide, something like this, that depending on how much liquid you've got in it, could be anywhere from, I don't know, a few pounds to maybe 10 or 12 pounds. All right, here we go. So the exercise we'll start with is we're gonna do a shuffle. At the end of the shuffle, so you might notice I've got a floor ladder on the ground. You probably don't have one of these at home, so it's fine. It just gives us an idea of distance. What we're gonna do is you're gonna just use sort of an imaginary line, or if you have like tiles or something or hardwood floors where there's a line, use that line to kind of go over back. So 1, 2, 1, 2, right, left, right, left. You're gonna go as fast as you can, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there and back counts as 1. Okay, we'll do 4 times. Then we're gonna travel. And then on the second time, I'm gonna switch and have my lead leg forward, okay? I'm a little tight for space here, so I might do it here. I'll go left, right. So 4 times, and then I'm gonna travel with quick shuffle steps. So there and back counts as 1. We'll do that whole sequence 4 times. There's quite a few movements going on. Then from there, straight into a lunge. And what we're gonna do then is we're gonna grab either a racket or some kind of weight. Now you could also do this. If you don't have a racket, you don't have a weight, or you're just fed up with weights and you don't wanna do it, grab a towel and create a little bit of resistance, okay? Any of those options will be great. You choose the best options for you. So if I was to grab my weight, actually for the demo, I'll just use the towel. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a lunge where if I'm lunging with my right leg, then I turn to the left. Okay, and then when I lunge with my right leg, then I turn to the right. So we'll do a number of these, and then we'll finish off with a core exercise. Kind of a simple one, but it's much harder than it looks. Where you're in a plank position, feet are slightly wider than shoulders, or shoulder width or slightly wider, and you're just gonna touch your shoulders with avoiding this part here, right? So if I turn my whole body, that's easier versus just doing this. All right, so the idea is those 3 exercises are gonna be done in a consecutive fashion because we wanna try to simulate sports, right? Where you're doing rally after rally after rally at a high intensity at an anaerobic interval intensity. That's the idea. Then we'll rest, then we'll drink, then we'll chat. Then I might sneak in the secret question. Whew. I talk too much. This is exhausting. All right, so let's start with my movement into the shuffle. All right, so remember 4 times. There and back. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, travel. Now I'm gonna switch to my left leg. Okay, hopefully the squeak is not too annoying. Usually squeak is good. It means you've got gum soles and you're working pretty well, you're moving your feet fast. Shuffle. So I think we've done it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can feel my legs starting to burn. This is good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Very, very good. Towel, option 1. Racket, option 2. Or some kind of weight, option 3. They're all excellent. Obviously the weight's gonna be harder because we've got the weight further away from our center line. Choose whatever you want. Or start with one, go on to the next one. I'm tired. Here we go. We are holding the weight shoulder width. So I'm lunging with my left, turning to the left and back. Lunge right, turn right. Left, left. All right, so my back knee is getting very close to the ground, possibly even touching it slightly. Do not bang your knee into the floor. Let's try to make sure we go heel, then toe, right? Really focus on pushing through your heels. What that tells me is that you're gonna really use your glutes and your hamstrings and the entire posterior chain, right? You're gonna push with your toe a little bit, but if you're just pushing with your toe, putting a bit too much pressure on the knee, and then when you're lunging, we're trying to avoid the knee going past the toes, which is why we want a fairly wide stance. I don't think I'm fit enough to do all this talking. I either need to stop talking or practice more. I've lost track. I think we're somewhere around 8 or 9. Doesn't really matter. Go to fatigue. Let's do one more each side. That little weight's starting to feel heavy. Excellent. Weight down or racket down or towel down. You should definitely always have a towel, whether we're using it or not as a tool. It's definitely valuable as a wiping your sweat. All right, so let's go to our plank. Actually, we don't need this yet. So think of a push-up position. Okay, so my wrists are under my shoulders. I'm about shoulder width apart. My feet slightly wider than shoulders. I'll show you from an angle. And let's start. Right arm touches left shoulder. Left arm touches right shoulder. So there's a bit of a shift that happens in order to take the weight off my hand and allow it to travel. Okay? So there's a bit of a shift here happening with my lower body as well, but hopefully not a rocking motion. Again, I've got to be steady here, steady, very strong with my core, specifically my transverse, which is really there to protect your entire core and your low back especially. The stronger your transverse is, right, the more it's going to protect your low back. And as racket players, that's pretty important, especially badminton players. When you're going into around the head side, reaching back, you're in a compromised position. Having that strong core is going to really help you. Let's do one more each side. As you can tell, I'm not really counting here. It doesn't matter. We're going till we're tired. Yeah, so any positions in badminton where you're lunging like this, your back's in a more compromised position. When you're reaching back like this, right, it requires a lot of strength from your rectus, but just having that body armor to kind of brace yourself and give yourself the right kind of protection. Okay, so that was one of our circuits. We're going to do a second circuit that's going to be similar. We're going to start with the same shuffling type movement. We're just going to change the movement, a specific movement at the end of each. I'm going to call this the ladder, the floor ladder. We'll change our core exercise. And then, actually, so our core exercise is last. And we'll change our lunging. Instead of going forwards, we're going to add a lunge backwards with a cross. And I'm going to give you a couple options as well. Gotta love options, right? You have to have options. Take the workout concept and really make it your own. And it's my job to hopefully give you a couple good options. If I don't give you good options, then I've not done my job. As you can see, my space isn't huge. So, I'm managing to get a good workout within this area. Here we go. So tuck those dog hairs away. And you can still get a tremendous workout because we are interval training. It's not necessarily a continuous movement. Okay, so I'm almost recovered. We're gonna do our shuffling movement where instead of going 1, 2, 1, 2, we're gonna do like a scissor kick kind of movement, right? And as we know as badminton players, having the ability to scissor kick and bring your legs quickly so to rotate the hips is extremely important. So let's use kind of the same concept of, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, then we travel. Do 4 at the end and then come back. There and back counts as 1, 4 times, exact same thing as last time. In terms of our lunges, this time you'll need a towel. Okay, so we can do this without a towel. So without a towel, we can do just a straight lunge back. Ideally, we're doing a back crossover. You might notice this is a curtsy lunge. I don't like the word curtsy. Back crossover sounds better. It sounds more athletic. So we're gonna go back here like this. All right, you're gonna go fairly deep and try to avoid the leg going too far over. Maintain some kind of alignment. What I really like, really like, actually my wife's a fitness professional. She does a lot of workouts with the towel. So she's taught me some pretty cool stuff with the towels. We're just gonna add a little bit of resistance with the towel. Some of you may have like sliders like these at home. There's usually one side for carpet, one side for, those are great as well. But let's go with a towel. Everyone should have a towel at home. And then this time you're gonna go back and across. The movement backwards is about the same. It's coming forward where you can kind of drive through the ground and kind of get your hip flexors going, which is really valuable. Again, you can go back, use your opposite arms to balance and drive through and come back, okay? That will be our second exercise. And then as we get into our core exercise, we'll have a good finish here. Back to our push-up position, all right? We're gonna have kind of like a mountain climber. We're gonna go up like this, right? Up like this. That's option 1. Option 2 will be this. 1, 2. Okay, so option 1, walk your leg over, walk your leg back. Option 2 is jump, switch, jump, switch. Now on top of that, once we've done our 2, we go back to this kind of push-up plank position. Then we'll go 1, 2, back. Then you'll add either this option, right, or this option, and then 1, 2. And we're gonna transition from one to the next. There's a lot happening here. So if you're finding the coordination of both exercises too much, just do the one. Just do the one. Either one will be excellent, or do the one by itself, then do the other one by itself, or combine them. It's totally up to you. We don't want you not trying something because I've managed to make something too complicated, which I'm very good at. All right, so that'll be your circuit for this one. Okay, get my towel out of the way. Knowing me, I would find a way to slip on it. Okay, shuffling, here we go. So again, starting with we'll call it a scissor kick movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, into a shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, into a shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 4. So we've done 2, we're halfway there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, they're not huge movements, but they're fast. Right, they're fast. 1, 2. Excellent. Very good. If you're thirsty, hang in there. We got 2 more. And then we'll drink. Again, towel, no towel, completely up to you. We're doing a back crossover. Let's do maybe 10 each side. If you're getting extremely tired at 6 or 7, take a break, it's fine. If you're at 10 not tired, do more. Outshine me, I don't care. I can't see you. Here we go. Back, come forward. So we're just gonna do the one leg at a time, otherwise we're wasting too much time in transition. There's 3. I gotta focus on keeping my leg a little more inside, that's better. I think that's 5. Halfway there. Oh, I haven't done these in a while, I can feel it. Getting myself back in badminton shape. 2 more. 1 more. Oh yeah. It's a good thing I stopped at 10. I would have collapsed by 12 or 15. Okay, here we go. Going back. Okay, so again, the backwards movement, you're sliding, you're cleaning the floor, then drive your leg forward. Kind of like you're sweeping the floor. Back, drive your leg forward so you can activate your hip flexors. So here, and drive forward. Back, drive forward. I think we've done 5. I'm not great at keeping count. I'm good at distracting myself. With what? I'm not sure. All right, 2 more. Here we go. Let's see if I can go a little deeper on this one. Yeah, feel that? Ooh. Very good. Clean your floor at the same time. Or in our case, remove the dog hairs from our pup. I should say adolescent. Okay, ready for a dynamic core exercise? If the answer is no, it's okay. I'm not either, but we'll still do it. We're gonna still do it. We're gonna push together. And if no one's watching my video, too bad for you. I'm pushing myself. Here we go. How can you not watch this video? It's so funny. All right, push-up position. All right, again, our shoulders are over wrist. So option 1, let's start now. Walk it, out, out. Walk, out, out. Now I'm gonna show you the second version. So 1, 2, bring your legs back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do 4 more. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do 1 more. Oh, it's working, I'm sweating. I'm not faking it. I am not that good of an actor. That I promise you. Whew. I think I've earned some water. I think you have as well. Okay, so I would say this is the hardest part of our workout. Definitely in terms of really tackling the energy systems. Badminton is a sport that really uses all 3 energy systems. focus more on the anaerobic alactic, which is really kind of your under 10, 15 seconds all out. Some rallies are longer, so make it into the lactic. And because there's so many rallies back to back to back to back, it becomes aerobic in nature because of that. So we got to train with intervals, really important. Bring your heart rate up. There's no chance I'll stay under 15 or 20. I can't do it. All right, grab yourself, probably shouldn't show the sponsor. Grab yourself dumbbell or detergent. I'm not sure how much this weighs, but this will work with the handle. And what we're gonna do is a one-legged deadlift. I want you to think about your body tilting. So both hands are going forward, and my back leg is gonna be as straight as it can, and hopefully my back is straight. All right, getting close to the ground, maybe even touching. Try not to round too much. And then as you come up, think about really squeezing with your glute. Hopefully I'm not gonna kick my TV here. Okay, here we go. Squeeze. Squeeze. Focus on your breathing. There's a huge balance component to this. And what I really notice is when I do it, I'm definitely stronger on one of the two sides. I think this is actually my better side, believe it or not. Even though you'd think my right side would be better, it's actually overworked. What I've noticed over the years is my right side, because I'm right-handed, my glutes don't fire the way they're supposed to. So as a result, I've had a number of low back issues over the years. And so working out, making the glutes stronger and stretching them daily has been the key for me to really avoid or not having back problems anymore. I think we're at 9, maybe 10. We'll do one more. Switch hands. So I don't have a lot of weight, but I can still feel it. It's not an exercise you want to start off with a lot of weight. Just slowly progress. Okay, other side. Here we go. Always make sure what's behind you. Again, find your balance. All right, tilt forward, both hands, and squeeze. Actually, I'll show you from this side. Tilt forward, and then squeeze. Let's shift over here. Tilt forward. That's 3. And when my leg touches, I'm not putting any weight on it. All my weight's still here. So the idea is not to rest. You're just finishing your repetition. Dripping. Here we go. I think we've got 2 more. Squeeze. Here we go. Keep that back straight. And squeeze. Not an easy thing to think about squeezing your glutes. The temptation is to use more of the low back. So just really work on that. Work on trying to get the muscle to really squeeze and elevate yourself up. And again, it's really a matter of tilting. Almost like a pendulum. We're not curling the back. Okay, I want to finish with one more last exercise. Again, this is another one that actually Dr. Saba, chiropractor Dr. Saba prescribed to me. Not that she's going to be watching this video, but maybe she has to now. Because as rackets players, and we end up, especially during COVID, we're doing maybe more desk work than usual. We curl like this, we're on our phones, our necks like this. So I've had a lot of tension in my neck over the last while. So one great exercise, and there's 3 variations of it. And I'll just show you all 3 so you have the options in mind, is this exercise here. Focusing on the rhomboids and some of the other back muscles. All right, so what we're gonna do is, the thing what's really important is the thumbs have to be up. So I want you to think about making like a W with your arms, all right? So once you've established that W letter, you're just gonna squeeze up like this. So I'm not using any weight, but you really do not need to, all right? If you really focus on squeezing the right muscles in your back, those rhomboids, then you'll get enough of a contraction. You'll definitely feel it. So again, you could do 10 or 12 or 15 of these. We're going to move on to the next one so I can show you all 3 variations. Then we're making a T. Same idea. Make sure the thumbs are up and not to the side. And this is something you can definitely do daily. All right, and last one, I'm just going to shift a bit my position. Think of a Y motion. So instead of T, we're here, we're doing a Y. And squeeze upwards again. I apologize if my voice is mumbled. I mumble the best of times. Let's just do 2 more. All right. Excellent. And let's just finish. I just finished a couple stretches. We probably already exceeded our time. You know what? Before I forget, so I've chosen the country Spain because why not? It's a beautiful country. I did get the chance to go once for a badminton tournament. Saw a little bit of, I believe, Malaga and Madrid. Absolutely beautiful. But more importantly, while I talk, let's do a hamstring stretch. Bit of a side profile here. Here we go. One leg straight. Instead of your toe forward, let's have your toe facing up. Grab anywhere here. Let's try to keep our back straight. Okay, so keep this in mind for the question that you'll need to kind of report back to us. By the way, you have the whole month of March to do all 5 videos. We've got tennis, aquatic sailing, badminton, and fitness. They're all kind of 15-20 minutes. I'm probably gonna be the longest video because I talk too much. All of us have sort of a did you know type question, and then once you submit the answer, then you'll go into a draw, and we're gonna have some good prizes for definitely at least a few of you, if not more, if not a handful. So it's not a question, it's not a necessarily fact, it's just my opinion. In my opinion, who I consider to be the best women's singles player of all time is a lady by the name of Carolina Marin. She actually has a 4-episode show on Prime. I've only started watching the first one. Anyway, she won the World Championships 3 times, which I believe in women's singles, I don't think anyone had won 3 before. 2 for sure, maybe 3, but no one had won 3 World Championships and also won the Olympics. And she's won the Olympics. She had a major injury where she just shattered her knee and came back, and that's what the Prime special's on. She came back, and now she's taken her about a year to come back and work her way back in the rankings at least. And I think she's now number 1 in the world. She's won 3 of the last 4 tournaments. Currently, she's the best player in the world, in my opinion. She's already what I consider to be the best of all time. There was a tournament that finished yesterday. She demolished her opponent, Sindhu, who's a former world champion, in the final. She's unbelievable. In some ways almost reminds me of Rafael Nadal, the way she's lefty, and the way she competes, just so intense. Anyways, pretty incredible, her comeback. So Carolina Marin, M-A-R-I-N, in my opinion, is the greatest women's singles player of all time. Current world number 1, and in my opinion, the favorite to win the Olympics, assuming we have them in Tokyo. All right, and let's just do one stretch called the swan stretch. All right, so bring the one leg. You don't have to have it 90 degrees, but that's still the goal to work towards. Maybe you can, this is more comfortable, that's fine. If you're able to bring it closer to 90 degrees, you'll get an even better stretch. Try to bring the back leg as far back as you can, okay? So kind of establish this position first. Nice deep breath, and then bring yourself forward. Bring yourself forward. Now just really relax the head as well. Again, we carry a lot of tension in our neck. Good opportunity to just sort of relax the head. Now, I won't necessarily do it right now, but you could, if you wanted to add a little more complexity to it, you could grab the back leg to get an additional stretch in your quads. But we're not going to do that one for now. I might get stuck in that position if I do it, even though it is one of my favorite stretches. This is my absolute favorite stretch. I find it so effective for the glutes. We talked about the glutes, how it's important to contract the glutes. Well, it's important to also loosen up the glutes to take some of the pressure off of the back. Hard to play racket sports with a injured low back. All right, let's switch to the other leg. Again, bring that leg in front. And this could take sometimes a little while just to get in position. Take as long as you want. No one's watching you, except for me. Not as in I'm watching, as in you're watching me. That was confusing. All right, so let's bring our arms forward. Okay, so we're gonna hold this for about 20-30 seconds. I normally hold this for about a minute, but we are running out of time. Once again, great stretch to really sort of loosen up our glutes and allow you to really have more mobility. Not only fire your glutes properly, but have more mobility so that you can execute the lunging motions properly. Obviously squats as well, but in our case more lunges. Relax the muscles in the neck. Focus on the breathing. Excellent. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I apologize for going a little bit over. I can never kind of make it on time. So hopefully you had a great workout, and hopefully you'll join us for all the other workouts coming up in March. We've got tennis, fitness. We've got, oh, there's our dog. Tennis, fitness, badminton, aquatics, and sailing as well. Okay, we'll see you hopefully in the courts very, very soon. I very much look forward to it, and hopefully you get a chance to keep active during the month of March, and we'll hopefully see you in April, if not May. Take care, and thank you for joining us.